Ms. Kristen, could I get a roll call, please?
Chuck Hackbarth. John Damon.
Here.
Christopher Knight.
Here.
Rocco Pinella.
Present.
Michael Melton.
Here.
Stephen Gardner.
Here.
Edward Toth.
Here.
Robert Overcash.
Here.
and Michael Ferrara.
Here.
I'd like to welcome Mr. Ferrara as a specialty contractor.
Yes, sir.
Wanna
Thank you.
Say anything about yourself?
I'm owner of Conserva Irrigation of Southwest Florida. Been doing irrigation for 25 years and started my own company in April of 16.
Fortunate to have you. Thank you,
Thank
sir.
You gotta get used to turning your mic on.
Oh, sorry.
You'll be all right. You're not gonna say anything. You'll be too free.
The board meets for the purpose of recommending policy regarding the function, supervision, and administration of the Charlotte County Community Development Department, where the Board of Examiners for licensed construction contractors within the county and are responsible for determining the qualifications of persons for the various types of registered contractor licenses. We are also responsible for disciplining contractors found in violation of Chapter 3-2 of the Charlotte County Code and state laws regulating the construction industry. We have an agenda set forth for each meeting and will not allow any interruptions during the meeting. Any person who wishes to address the board must be recognized by the chair in order to speak. Once recognized, that person must approach the podium, state their name and address for the record, write their name on the sign-in sheet. Any person who has not been recognized by the chair will be considered out of order. A time will be set aside at the end of this meeting for anyone wishing to address the board on non-agenda items. Comments will be limited to items that are within the jurisdiction and control of the board. A copy of the statement is available from the clerk to the board. This is a quasi-judicial hearing subject to the Florida Sunshine Act. This means that members of the board must not discuss with any other matter which comes before them or visit any site relevant to a matter before them with any other member of the board, unless such discussion or visit occurs at a hearing advertised and open to the public. Before hearing any matter, board members must disclose whether they have had any contact, orally or in writing, with any person who has interest in the matter before the board. A board member must recuse himself or herself from voting on any matter in which they have a personal interest. If a board member has personal knowledge concerning the subject, he should advise both sides of that knowledge and allow each side to address the concern. If any board members wish to make such disclosures, please do so at this time. All right, here. Next meeting is May 2nd, 2019, 6 o'clock right here. Can I get approval of last month's minutes, please?
Steve Gardner, approved minutes.
A motion? Can I get a second?
Bob Overcash seconds.
Motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Can I get anybody that's given testimony today to be sworn in, can stand up and face the clerk, please?
Do you solemnly swear that the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Please say I do.
Thank you. Ms. Aaron?
Yes, Mr. Chairman. Under discipline cases, first case, Louis Bruno, that case will be continued. Second case, Michael St. Germain, Benchmark Aluminum and Construction, that case has also been continued. Everything's been renewed. And case number 4, Kenneth Vogel, Solar Shield Windows LLC, that case has been dismissed. All the permits have been taken care of.
We got 2.
We have an examination. Somebody looking to apply for a license?
The examination license review, you mean, Timothy Pucci?
Yes, ma'am. We're moving fast.
Yeah, I know, fast.
Halfway done.
Wendy Pacheco, Certified Co-Compliance Officer, Licensing Division. This is the investigative report, license review to qualify a second entity. Timothy Pucci, license number AAA008338, doing business as Pucci Tile and Marble Incorporated of 173 North Waterway Drive, Northwest, Port Charlotte, has applied to the licensing division to qualify a second entity, Tarpon Tile and Design LLC, under his local ceramic tile and marble license. Mr. Pucci has held a license since March 16, 1995. There have been no complaints filed against Mr. Pucci, nor has there been any discipline action against his license. Research of the workers' compensation database revealed that there has been no stop work orders or adverse actions filed against against Pucci Tile and Marble Incorporated. Charlotte County Code 3-2-6C1D states that it is unlawful for any qualified individual to represent more than 2 business entities. If an applicant desires to qualify more than 1 business entity, he shall appear before the board and present evidence of having an active participation in the operation, management, and control of the second company, as well as the ability to be financially responsible as required in this section. The applicant shall also fully disclose all persons with financial interests or expectancy in the second company. The issuance of such additional business qualification by the board shall be based on the following criteria. The decisions of the board may be appealed by the applicant through the provisions provided herein. Number 1, the entity already qualified and the entity seeking to be qualified must both have a cash balance and a positive net worth as evidenced by certified bank statements or other evidence by certified public accountant, which are no more than 30 days old. Exhibit 1, pages 14 through 17. Required through certified bank statements, no more than 30 days old. Exhibit 1, pages 18 through 20. Number 3 is a duplicate of number 2. It's a Scrivener's error. Number 4, the qualifier must be responsible for and capable of supervising, directing, managing, and controlling both the contracting activities of the entities he qualifies and the entities he seeks to qualify. Managing of contracting activities includes proper collection and disbursement of funds and the proper payment of subcontractors and other bills. In addition, he must be responsible for and capable of supervision, direction, management, and control of all entities for which the permits are pulled. Geographical location of all entities involved must also be situated as to permit the aforementioned supervision, direction, management, and control. The board will consider the ownership interest status as a corporate officer, check writing authority, and other facts as evidence of control of entities. Exhibit 1, pages 21 through 23. Credit reports on all entities involved must be favorable and must include any liens and judgments against the entities, and those liens and judgments must not be such as to jeopardize the financial responsibility of the entities being qualified. Exhibits 1, pages 4 through 12. Qualifier must also be doing business under a license he presently holds for at least 1 year prior to application to qualify for additional entity. He was originally licensed in 1995. The application process is, he has to submit a letter requesting an appearance before the board at the next regular scheduled meeting to qualify for an additional license or to make a change to an existing additional license. The completed and corrected application must be submitted to the board no later than 3 weeks prior to the next regularly scheduled meeting of the board. However, it cannot be guaranteed that the application will be placed on the agenda for the next regularly scheduled meeting. Mr. Pucci has made application, paid the required fees for both the license and the appearance before the board, and meets all the criteria for qualifying a second entity. Mr. Pucci is also here before the board tonight to answer any questions the board that may have. And in my testimony.
Thank you, ma'am. Good evening, Mr. Pucci.
Good evening.
What do you want to add to any of that?
Just going good on the first business, and family is running it good, and I got a buddy of mine that's been in business doing the tile work for 20 years and wants to move back up here and go ahead in another venture down towards Placida, and I got some extra time, so why not make some extra?
What's your role going to be in that company?
I do the estimating, do the billing, do the check writing. He'll do the supervision. Go with me to go.
Check in as much as you can?
Oh, I'm OCD. I can't handle. I gotta stay in control.
Majority of the, yes, all super nice, he's a buddy of mine, oh, we're gonna.
Yeah, no, I'm got the majority of the shares and everything else, so I'm not,
Most important thing is the financial responsibility that you're gonna have. You understand that completely. I mean, he can go out, buy tile for somebody's house and run away with the check, and you're responsible for everything.
I understand that totally.
Okay, just as long as you understand that, I'm good.
Please speak up, anyone? Questions?
Have nothing?
Gentlemen? The staff is okay with this?
Yes, Mr. Chairman. He's been in business for many, many years, and we've never had a problem with him, which is kind of odd.
Feeling, isn't it?
Yeah.
Feeling knowing you don't have to worry about anything. Good. Anybody want to close the public hearing?
Mike Melton, I move to close the public portion of the hearing.
A motion?
Chris Knight, second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? That carries. Closed. We can talk about it? All good?
Oh, good. Good
Motion
luck.
away, someone.
I don't have anything.
I, Bob Overcash, move that we allow, excuse me, Mr. Pucci the ability to have a second entity, second business.
Mike Melton, I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any
Thank you very
opposed? Motion carries, sir.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Make us mad.
I was waiting on you.
Consent affidavits and non-compliance, did we get through that? The consent affidavits?
Yeah, you just have to
Somebody motion for that?
make a motion for it.
Anyone?
Make a motion for it.
Do we just, Mike Melton, make a motion to approve the affidavits of non-compliance?
I have a motion, and can I get a second?
Steve Gardner, second.
Motion is second, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. There's no consenting citations, no reinstatement. We got old business.
Yes.
Old business.
Aaron Mullen, Travis, Licensing Manager, Certified Code Compliance Officer. This is an update of the status of the Casa del Sol permits. There are also some homeowners here that would like to speak. On March 7, 2018, Gerardo and Luis Garza appeared before the CILB, provided an update to the board, and were directed by the board to appear monthly. On March 8, 2019, the Licensing Division was conducting a proactive sweep of the Deep Creek area when they came upon a job site at 1164 San Cristobal, Deep Creek. Upon their investigation, they found a crew of 2 from United Kitchen and Bath of Bradenton installing kitchen cabinets without holding the required Charlotte County license as a cabinet and trim carpenter. License and Investigator Atkinson contacted the owner of United Kitchen and Bath, Yang Z, and scheduled an appointment for him to come in on March 12th of 2019 to discuss what had occurred, be issued a citation, and obtain paperwork to sit for the exam and obtain a license. License and Investigator Atkinson did not place a stop work order as we did not want to impede the completion of the installation and cause the homeowner any undue hardship after all they've been through with Casa del Sol. On March 11, 2019, I contacted Casa del Sol and spoke to Lewis, who advised me that Gerardo handled the hiring of United Kitchen and Bath. I reminded Lewis that Gerardo has already been charged with aiding and abetting unlicensed activity and that they need to ensure that the subcontractors are properly licensed before allowing them on the job site. During the month of March, I received various phone calls and emails from homeowners requesting an update on what had occurred at the hearing and the problems that they are still encountering. And these calls came from multiple residents in Charlotte County, Hendry County, and the city of Northport. I explained that they really should be attending the hearings and speak of their concerns to the board, but they are concerned that if they do, they will be put at the bottom of the list to get their homes completed. On March 18, 2019, I received a letter of which the board has been provided a copy from the homeowners, Mr. and Mrs. Gibson, at 10029 Boylston Street. They state they contracted with Casas on June 14, 2017 to construct a home with a pool. The single family was issued on 9/19/2017. The pool was issued on 11/30/2017. Casas currently has 84% of the total construction cost. They would like to see that Casa del Sol complete the homes in order of the permitting unless special circumstances arise, as they've seen homes permitted after theirs received COs already. They are also requesting that Casa del Sol be required to provide project completion schedules through CO for all permits that are over 1 year old. It should be noted that their permit was expired and was subsequently renewed on 2/12/2019, and the only inspection as of April 2nd, 2019 was a right-of-way on March 1st. The swimming pool has already had one extension and when expired, was renewed and will expire again on May 6, 2019 if a past inspection is not obtained. On March 28, 2019, I received an email from Stewart with Achieva Bank, the lender for a few of the homes being built by Casa del Sol. He was writing to inform me that Mrs. Richards of 1033 Broadview, who was supposedly released from her contract, will be short to complete her construction. Stewart states he was told by Gerardo that his money was used for construction, but refuses to provide a breakdown of the funds paid. Casa del Sol had obtained an additional $13,193 on August 17, 2018, and provided her with a letter stating they would refund this at closing. That letter is included in your packet. These funds were to be used for the water and sewer connection fees and the impact fees. Mrs. Richards had to move to California to stay with her kids as her home was not completed, and they advised that her dealings with Casa del Sol has caused her great emotional distress. It should be noted that Mrs. Richards' permit expired on November 18, 2018, and has not been renewed. On April 1st of 2019, I received a letter from Nicola Hainsley, who advises she was informed by the Attorney General to file a complaint with our office. The Hainsleys had entered a contract with Casa del Sol in July of 2018 to construct a house in Northport. The contract stipulated that they were to present the builder with a letter of loan approval within 15 days of signing. Casa del Sol was not approved by their lender, so Casas was to provide the lender with their business credentials in order for an assessment approval. Gerardo assured them he was willing and able to provide the lender with the required documents and suggested that they make a $10,000 deposit. Mr. Garza then informed them he would provide the necessary documents to the lender so that he could be qualified. A week later, their lender informed them that they had not heard from Mr. Garza. They contacted Mr. Garza and he promised he would call the lender but failed to. The lender then forwarded documents for Mr. Garza to complete, but he failed to respond to the request for documents or the follow-up phone calls, and because of this, the lender denied them the loan. They have made numerous attempts to retrieve their deposit through phone calls, certified letters, texts, and emails. They subsequently hired an attorney, Lance Ball, and they state Casa del Sol has refused to respond to his letter that he sent to them via certified mail requesting that the contract be terminated and the deposit returned for Casa's failure to respond. On April 3rd of 2019, I left a voicemail for the Hainsleys advising them of the date and time for this hearing. I recommended that they file a complaint with the City of Northport Police Department and the Sarasota County Sheriff's Office for any possible violations of Florida Statutes 489.126. I further recommended that they file complaints with the Sarasota County Building Department and the Northport Building Department. A review of the permitting database revealed that one home, since the last hearing, has received a certificate of occupancy. There are 20 open permits and numerous pools that have not been completed, and although they were applied for by Primo Pools, they are included in the contracts for the home builds. There are 3 cage permits that remain in the open status. And we have some homeowners that would like to speak.
We'd like to hear them.
Mr. Chairman, I want to remind the board that as the board attorney, that I've been recused from this particular matter for conflict purposes.
We understand that then.
And I would also like maybe to make everyone known that we've done everything and the county has suspended their new permitting privileges temporarily. So this is just a kind of an update, right?
Yes, Mr. Pinella. Yeah, we are not taking any further discipline action. That will come later for any additional charges that are brought up.
Anyone? Just state your name, you got to write it in for us, and name and address for the record, please.
Okay.
My name is Dave Special. I live at 153 100 Torres Circle. I was here at the last meeting and to voice my complaints about what was, what had not transpired at my house. Aaron had informed me of State Statute 558.04, contractor right to repair. I just wanted to give the board an update of what's going on. Since the last meeting, to repairing the defective pieces. So I wanted to give the board an update on what has actually transpired, and thank you guys for the time, to be.
Your home is headed in the right direction.
Pardon me?
Your home is headed in the right direction.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And I just, what's fair is fair, and I just wanted to let you know that they have come through. They're coming through, and they've committed to trying to get the cage finished started by the end of the month. So, just to let you know. Okay?
Appreciate that, sir.
Thank you.
Excuse me, it's one question, sir.
Yes, sir.
When is your expected completion date?
The aquarium window has been ordered by Lemon Bay Glass, so that's going to take 2 to 3 weeks, and it was already ordered. CASA has given them a deposit for the window, and so they've reordered that. And the aquarium window, the pool cage, like I said, was assessed. Lewis came out with the gentleman that was going to be doing the work, and they looked at it and they saw that all the damage that was happening to the cross members, and I think they've agreed that there was a problem with the batch of material that came out.
Have you been given a prospective CO date when you can move into your home?
No, I'm already in my home.
You're in your home.
I've been in my home for 3 years.
These are just fix-ups.
These are just fix-up, right? And I had a 3-year warranty, and like I said, they're
Okay.
meeting. They're coming through and
Still waiting to get in.
Oh no, I'm in. I'm
Okay,
in.
good.
So, okay, thank you.
Thanks again, we got you.
Good evening, board members. My name is Alexander Mankus. I am from Henry County, 5872 Dragoon Drive. Yes, the Casas legacy reaches as far as Henry County, too. I entered a contract with Casa del Sol May 8th, 2015. The contract says it takes 300 days in estimation. Mine took 670. Took almost 10 months to pour a panel, so I spent an extra $7,000 to get dock stamps, stop project for 30 days, which I continue to still write checks, just so I would never be blamed for the slowdown. It cost me over $10,000 in rental income for not being able to move out of my beachfront condo that I could have rented. I can tell you this has been one big debacle, and if these guys are allowed to continue, it'll be a travesty. I have some quick questions for the board, and you brought up some financial. Mr. Overcash, excellent name. Are you, meaning Casas, still selling and making contracts and taking deposits? I know you're not allowed to make any more permits, but are you taking deposits from people now? Are you telling these people full disclosure that you may be closing up shop in 3 months if you guys don't continue the permit or the building permits?
Those people are at a significant disadvantage because they're not going to get any action till this is taken care of, so.
Agreed, but
Maybe
are
we
they
can
still
understand.
selling contracts
And
and
that's as shady as you
presenting?
get, but go ahead.
Okay, part two is there's some Casas will absolutely fail. All I ask is that you build a quality product in a timely manner for the price that you agreed. Anything outside of this is simply a formula for problems. How does Casas determine who they're going to let go out of the contract? They almost take it as a win when they let someone go. My question is, the only person they didn't let go, as Jerry stated, is they are over 20 grand in the hole with them. So if you're not in the hole, you'll gladly release these people? Of course you will, because you're financially ahead. Like I said, Mr. Overcash brought up some good points. Of 2016, we did not move in till March of 2017. Jerry said he stated he has over 150 homes sold at a $200,000 average. That's $30 million in money that's gone back and forth between their hands. Is there any kind of independent audit or accounting for this money? Where's it going? Is money from my project being utilized in someone else's project? This is why I got a construction loan. I don't know what 20 grand worth of concrete looks like. I don't know what 10 grand worth of trusses look like. I don't know what 5 grand worth of electrical work. I can tell you I've spent so much negative energy dealing with these guys for over 2 years. I absolutely had it. I wish I never met them. Anyway, thanks for your time. And in closing, I want to say Ms. Travis Mullen's done an excellent job. The last lady said she wishes there was more county involvement. I think this is the county involvement, and I thank you for your efforts. Thank you.
We thank you for coming here. Without people like you coming and bringing this to our attention, how are we supposed to know?
This reaches Hendry, Lee, Charlotte, Sarasota. It's amazing.
People don't want to come forward because they're afraid their house isn't going to get built.
I want to know if the FBI Economics Crimes Division, I know guys up there are involved in this, because like I said, with 150 homes at a $200,000 average, that's $30 million.
Legislation is changing, and it's not going to be as easy anymore. I can promise you that. Our hands are tied. We have to hear from you guys.
Disclosure that your license might be yanked? Are you some lady's fighting back for her 10 grand? Have you signed any contracts for new homes since your license has been in jeopardy? That's something I'd like to know. Thank you.
That's a good question.
Thank you again.
That's up to you.
I'm not going to time him because I didn't time the last guy.
My name is David Delgizzi. I live at 7319 South Plum Tree in Punta Gorda.
You've been here before, sir?
Yes.
Yes, you came a couple months back.
Yes, I did. I missed the last meeting, and after I saw what went on there, I had to come in for this one. Okay. My house isn't moving along as promised. It's been 3 years for a builder that advertises on their website that they can finish a house in 4 months. And this is not good. Many mistakes, defects, banged up doors, defective toilet. They put the wrong grout in the floor because it was cheaper. It's supposed to be power grout. It's a non-mildewing product that keeps your floors nice forever. So all the floors in the house are no good. Windows and flood vents in the wrong place. They told me I could have them put in the right place for $1,500. Okay. Now, I heard them say in the last meeting that there was supervision on these jobs all the time. That's a lie. Lewis calls me up every once. I have pictures of these things here. I'm going to hand those in to Aaron when I'm through. The culvert hasn't been touched. The stem wall is, I don't even understand that. That's.
You've self-funded this project? This isn't bank draws and stuff, if I remember correctly?
No, I paid for it myself.
Yeah, I remember.
Foolishly.
Your money.
Yeah.
And they've stopped. They've taken. Keep going.
$309,000.
I do remember the numbers, sir. I do.
Yep. That's me. Let's see. So the culvert and the stem wall, I mean, there's lying going on here under oath. They're not taking the oath seriously, and that's a shame. And there's other people getting up here and saying that they're very happy with their house, even though it took 3 years. And I don't know what to say about that, but I don't think that's all that truthful also. They've been promised things. Pools, pool cages, etc. I couldn't say that with a clear conscience because it would be a lie. Now, they're committing crimes against senior citizens by mismanaging their money. And let's see what else we got here. They've got 6 houses that they're working on, that they own. But they can't finish mine because they don't have the money. This is, well, it's unacceptable. Okay,
When did you start? You had 3 years?
yeah.
Number 215 was the other gentleman before him.
His single family was issued on 2/26 of 2016, so it's 3 years and 2 months.
3 years.
Or 3 years, yeah, and 1 month.
Yeah, and I've got a house full of mistakes, and you tell them about it, they don't pay any attention to you. Lewis says, I have to check the price, see who was responsible. County made us do it. All kinds of good excuses like that. And I mean, I'm 64 years old here, and it's going to be tough to recover from. Now, I was looking on the builder's license website for the state, and there's a Louis Garza in Port Charlotte with a building permit that I believe is the goings-on here. He'll show up on the jobs. I believe the police apprehended him at one job for borrowing materials or something there. And let's see, they're scheming, not honoring contracts.